I was wondering how the immigration issue is being faced in Dallas and how that controversy links to jobs in the U.S.
Well, you asked about Dallas, and Dennis can answer this too. This has nothing to do with monetary policy. So therefore, we're free to venture and give you our opinionated opinions. And I'll just share a personal experience again to put things in context. I was the commencement speaker at the University of Texas for the economic faculties a couple years ago at graduation. And I always, when I give commencement speeches, want to shake hands with every graduate. The universities hate that because these are huge classes, but as you went from BA to MA to PhD, the names became less and less pronounceable and more exotic. By the way, you can pronounce NG about 35 ways. And as you got, particularly the PhDs, not one was American born in the class that I spoke to. We tend to, this is a passionate issue for me because I'm a first generation American. I'm the child of immigrants. I grew up in Mexico. And my parents were not Mexicans, by the way, to make it more complicated. We're Norwegian, South African, and in Australia, but it's a long story. And I was manufactured in China. I was conceived in Shanghai. It helped me negotiate with the Chinese enormously. I was made in China. There is one aspect of the immigration problem, which is leaf blowers and others just streaming across the border, people think of narcotraficantes and so on. There's another aspect of immigration that I'm quite concerned about. We are the greatest magnet in the world for talent. We bring, in a university context here, and that's what I want to make the point. We have the greatest educational institution in the world. That's why everybody's here. People send us their most talented folk. We educate them. How do you educate people? You don't do it on tuition. In a state university, you use taxpayer money. And in a private university, you use endowment money. Dennis mentioned that I went to too many universities. I know because I get hit up for money by all four of them. And they're all private. Well, the Naval Academy is a public university. Imagine drilling a well and spending billions upon billions of dollars to drill a well. Bringing up whatever you find, oil or gas, to the surface and then giving it away. Not a very good investment. What do we do with these brilliant Indians and Nigerians and others we bring to the United States, Estonians? We educate them, underwritten by private donors or the taxpayers of our states, and then we give them away. We're creating our own competition. So when I think of immigration policy, my aspect of focus is, what do we do with those who we've helped add value, and why aren't we keeping them? That's one aspect of it. The other is we want foreign investment in the United States, and yet we don't give visas to people who want to invest in the United States. So I think we need to sort of deconstruct this argument of immigration and not just focus on what people find so disturbing about it, but where it provides us with opportunities. We wouldn't have Silicon Valley if it weren't for great Indian minds that decided to come. Look at these companies and make their home here. I'd like to keep them because they hire Californians in that case, or they hire Texans. So we are looking at this, as you know, we used to be part of Mexico, Mexico used to be part of us. And we also had France fly its flag over our, and we had our own independent republic. We constantly think about immigration. I think we're pretty comfortable with it, but we have to deal with federal laws in the process. And we want to attract as much intellectual talent as possible because we're not an oil and gas state. We're not an agriculture state, even though we're huge producers in both areas. We are a high-tech, trade-driven, value-added area of the country like the rest of the country. And you can't do it without rich human capital. And I want the best brains possible. I want to grow them at home, and I want to bring them here if we can get them, and I want to keep them.